Philippians 4:8 says to think on these things. A few months ago, Sandy and I were in Fresno, California at a missions conference with Christians in Action. And one night a gang of us decided to go out to the mall and get some shopping done and whatnot. And so as Sandy and the ladies were out in the malls and some of the stores shopping, I sat outside one of the major department stores there, and I sat out there with our friend Elaine. And as we sat there, we befriended another young lady, a 38-year-old named Natalie. And Natalie shared a powerful, incredible testimony of how Jesus Christ had taken her from a life of abuse, suicide, alcoholism, sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, drugs. She even attempted suicide several times, and how Christ had taken all that and just totally transformed her life. About that time, Natalie's 15-year-old daughter and her high school friend, they came walking up on us, and I asked them right away, I said, "Hey, are you guys Christians?" And the daughter said, I don't know, and she wasn't too confident with her answer. And the blonde friend said, no, I'm an atheist. And I said, stop saying that. You're not an atheist. Matter of fact, you're too young to be an atheist, and you're too young to even know what an atheist is. Don't say that anymore. And so I took the next 3 or 4 minutes to share the gospel with them, and by the time I was done, they were ready to receive Christ. And I said, are you ready? Do you believe what I've been telling you? And they said, yes, yes, yes. Would you like to pray? And I told them, this is serious. You're about to give your life to Christ. God, the maker of the universe, is about to save your soul. And they prayed right there on the spot to receive Christ. And the mom was crying. I mean, it was a powerful moment. And so I explained to them about baptism, about getting involved in church and things like that, and reading their Bible. They took off and continued shopping, while me, Elaine, and Natalie continued our conversation. And Natalie picked up where she left off, and Elaine and I listened. And Natalie was expressing her greatest concern right now was her 15-year-old daughter. And that's why she was so emotional and crying. She said that her 15-year-old daughter, she thinks she's still a virgin, she's not getting into sex, but that she is presently dating an 18-year-old, and she's really worried that she's going to also get pregnant like she did when she was a young teenager, and how her 2 older daughters had done the same thing, gotten pregnant in their teens and had children out of wedlock, the whole nine. And so she was expressing her concern that she didn't want her 15-year-old to make the same mistakes. About that time, the 2 girls came walking back, the 15-year-old and her blonde friend. And as they were walking back up, I noticed that her daughter had a cell phone in her hand. I said, "Hey, is that a cell phone?" She said, yeah. I said, "How much is that?" She said, $50. I said, "I'll give you $1 for it right now." And she says, "No way." I said, $2. She said, "Nope, not going to give it to you for $2. I said, $5, final offer, take it or leave it. And she says, "I'm not selling you my phone for $5. I said, "Why will you not sell me your phone for $5? She says, "Because it's worth more than $5. I said, "What's your sexuality worth?" And she said, "What?" And her and her friend kind of stared at each other. What did you say? I said, "What is your sexuality worth?" And I demanded an answer of them. And they looked at each other puzzled. They finally had to admit, "Well, I don't know what my sexuality is worth." They didn't know. And I said, "How is it that you know the value of your cell phone, but you do not know the value of your sexuality? Isn't it possible?" I mean, that stunned him. And I told him, isn't it possible that anytime you don't know the value of something, that you'll give it away cheaply? And the blonde was just blown away by this. She was like, "Wow, this is great. This is good stuff." And I told him, I said, "Let me give you a little hand here. Your sexuality is priceless. It's priceless, and you make a man earn it. So when a man comes up to you and he's hitting on you and he's trying to get with you, you make him earn it." I said, "You make him earn it with 2 things. Number 1, you make him earn it with a ring. And number 2, you make him earn it with his life. He should lay his life down for you." And they were going nuts. They were like, "This is great, this is great." And the blonde was saying, "Oh, this makes me feel so good about myself." And so it was a very powerful evening. The whole evening was powerful. The moral of the story here is, and what I wanted to share with you is that today we're so desensitized about sex and what it is and what it isn't, and how God's original intent and things like this. We're so far away from God's original intent. What I want you to know is that your sexuality is priceless. You need to understand it is priceless. And if you understand that, then you won't give it away cheaply. Think on these things. God bless you.